Alaikum to all participants. My name is Hanif from HR Division. I'll be the moderator for today's session. Okay, Assalamu alaikum to all participants. My name is Farhan C from HR Division. I will be the moderator for today's session. Today's topic is post-failure aspects and recoveries. Today's speaker is Mr. Ahmed Hanif. I'll just start with a brief introduction. Mr. Ahmed Hanif is currently working as Senior Advisor to MSI Management System International USA, also Senior Advisor to Arab News and Senior Advisor to Saudi Research and Media Group Riyadh. He is providing consultation to aviation industry on various legal matters. He has also assisted the government of Pakistan, Ministry of Petroleum, with the preparation of Petroleum Policy 2012. Mr. Ahmed Hanif has done his LLB from University of Punjab and his Master's in Public Policy and Strategic Studies from Harvard University, USA. He has conducted trainings on gender-based violence, published research on policing challenges and opportunities in post-conflict, assisted the Supreme Court of Pakistan on special case related to public interest litigation. He specialized in dispute resolution. He is also a senior member of Islamabad High Court Bar Association, a member of the World Economic Forum, and a member of the Aviation Consultants of the World. Mr. Ahmed Hanif is also a recipient of appreciation from the President of Pakistan, appreciation medal from the President of Pakistan. So this was just a brief introduction. Before we start, I would like to inform the participants that a recorded version of this webinar will be available to you, and we'll try for this to be an interactive session. And in case of any questions and queries, the participants can use the Zoom chat or raise hand option in Zoom. So please, sir, over to you, sir. Kindly proceed.
Assalamu alaikum to everyone. First of all, I hope this will be a very fruitful session for all of you. And coming straight to the topic, which is the post-failure aspect and the recoveries. I would like to add one before going into the other question and answer sessions. I want to quote one hadith, which is very relevant to what we study, what we do in our life, which says that never disclose your moves to everyone, because a number of people will get jealous from this thing. This is quoted, this is narrated by Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and this is very important. One other thing I just want to add to the people, which is a saying I was reading the other day, that was related to a seed grows with a silence and a tree falls with a noise. So what we take from this thing, like if you are growing, just grow in a silence with a complete secrecy. And because any destruction has a noise, and the noise comes to everyone without even you just letting them know that you've been destroyed. So the noise comes to everyone. The most important thing is the growth. Growth is in the silence. So the topic which we are focusing today is the failures, like how to deal with the failures and what were the reasons. Most of the time we are least concerned what mistakes we committed while executing any project. Most importantly, as you people are there, we're dealing with the engineering side or with the construction side of your field. So that is the one part of your life. What are the causes? We never see that one. We only start blaming with each on the people we are working with, or we are sometimes we deal with the policies of the government if you are dealing with the government, and sometimes we deal blame some non-relevant issues which is totally irrelevant to our failure reason. What I always suggest people, just okay, it's happened. You're lucky enough that you are facing one side of your life, that is a failure. Success is also one side of your life, but the most important side of your life is this failure. If you do not interact it in your life with the failures, it means you do not know the value of a success. That is the most important in your life. So for me, the most important thing is um, how to deal the post-failure syndromes, you can say. The better word I should use is syndrome, because we need to understand, okay, these are the few reasons. If we covered these reasons in our life, or in our you can say in your language is a tender or your project, we could have achieved much better than the other person who is our competitor, he has or one has achieved in the project or in his life as well. So we need to identify the reasons instead of blaming each other. Instead of, we need to encourage the team we were working with. It happens. It's so. I was other day, because I was playing one badminton tournament, I was other day telling it to the kids over there. I said, you're the lucky enough if you are facing the failures in your early days of your life, because people in your life, you people must have, that they always face the first grade. I was not a good student in my early days of my education career. So I saw my friends, my class fellows, those who were always they were having the good marks, they were standing on the top positions, like the first, second, and third. They were always competing with each other. So the later in this stages of the life, when they interacted uh, with the failure, it was a complete disaster for them. Like I have seen them, they are completely gone. They are they gone into the depression, the most worst thing. And the worst part is they sometimes they completely sometimes one of my friend, he committed a suicide, and he was one of the topper, and he got admission in the King Edward Medical College. And he was a topper not only from a matriculation, from FSC to King Edward Medical College, and the third years of medical college, he committed a suicide. And it was shocking for all of us, because he was always on the top, and we consider him the best of the best students. But in the later stage of life, he committed suicide. And you see, so the best part of your life is you're lucky enough if you are interacting with the failures in early stage of life. I must add one thing over here before telling the next, the next step, that though everybody interacts with the problem in their lives, there is no one on this earth who has not interacted in the problems, failures in their life. Lucky are, in my language, is my opinion, lucky are those ones who have interacted, who have seen failures in early stage of life. Because when you're young, you have good energy or good stamina to face, to interact with the problems. And it is the worst, it's kind of a curse if you are failing the failures in the later stage of your life. Like you are, and as we people are having a limited number of lives, we people believe in like after 65 years of age, or 60 years of age, after retirement, we start counting the days to death. As compared to the English nation or the Gorab community we have, they always, you can say they always have the life after 40. They start life after 40. But in Pakistan and the culture we are living, we have the life always starting from the very early stage of life. And we know that we are going to face these problems. So in the Pakistan people, or the people over here, they are from the day one, they are trained from their home to deal with the multiple problems. That is one beauty of life as well. But the thing is that after 60, we start counting our days towards death. That is one uh, very sad part of what I see. You never know how many times he has or somebody has seen the problem. We only see the last stage of his success. We never see the kind of failures one has seen in his life. That is the most important question of one should ask from themselves, that okay, what are the reasons behind that one, how we can interact with that one. So coming back to the point which I was telling you, that lucky ones are those who have seen the failures in their early stage of their lives, who have seen, if we are struggling, if one is struggling in the youth age, the energy level is much higher. you have the good friend circle, and if you are interacting any failure in the later stage of life, you have the less number of friends. The friends I used to have in my schools were in maybe in hundreds. In university, it became like maybe less than 100. And then after university, in the business life or in my practical life, I find, honestly telling it to you, I don't find anybody my friend. I feel everybody is my enemy. So I feel I feel like that, because you are either interacting, even if you're interacting with your family, the family is valuing you with the number of, so I can say that cars, or what you have or what you do not have. So a have and have not story comes when you go into the practical life, and it disturbs you a lot. Sometimes, most of the time, it disturbs you. So I think failures is a blessing in one kind of, for somebody's, especially for the kids. I just want you, if if you have the kids, if you have the families around you or the young ones around you, you just tell them that this is the blessing. If you are interacting with the failures in your life, it is a blessing, because without failure you do not learn. Every failure makes you learn something. Being an aviation lawyer, I just tell one thing, I've been repeating this thing. When a plane crashes, you see, there's the investigation, there's a thorough investigations for any crash. And the manufacturer of, like, if the plane is manufactured by Boeing, or if it is manufactured by Airbus, their team, they come to the point of the crash, and they see what was the reason. And they check for the three reasons. The first one is regarding the human error. The second one is regarding the mechanical error, which can be the wing, which can be the engine failure, which can be the body or the shape of the plane. And the third one is the natural, which is from Allah, like the weather and or any other thing. But the thing is that after the crash, they they cannot save any of the lives. They're gone. But still they come and they see what was the reason. They evaluate the reason. They see this, they investigate all the problems or all the reasons which made that plane crash. Identifying problems in a crash helps them for the next building of a plane to eliminate such things. Like, if they do not evaluate, if they do not investigate those problems, they will never make a better plane for the next, you can say, make for the next design. So they identify the problems in the older ones, and then they see that okay, we have to eliminate these things, these problems and these mechanical errors or the human errors, because human part is the most important part, because the machine is dependent on you, and you have to deal when the problem comes to you. And brain part is very important. I never believe in this robotic kind of a things, because human is only ideal machine, and because it is made by Allah. So that is the one best of the best things ever made. That's why we call Ashraful Makhluqat, the best of the creation. So being the best of the creation, you need to interact with the problems. You interact after the failures. You see the failure is coming. It doesn't mean that you just fall. You just need to have a plan B in your life. So the post failure aspect, I was before this meeting, I was just telling to the moderator one very um, this funny part of thing as well. I said, we always sometimes, if you are a chef or if you are interested in a cooking, we always go for the cooking ingredients, the way how to cook. Like if we are making a karai or something like biryani, we always see, okay, we have to have the ingredients like rice, the other masala or any other thing. But the most important, and we have the what do you say, that how to cook this thing. But the first part we need to learn is we need to have a gas and a stove. We have for the very first thing, we have left that thing you can say unattended, that the first thing we need is a stove and a gas, which will run, or which will help us to cook the biryani or any you can say this karai. So the part is, if we do not have gas and the stove, what about all the ingredients, or what the expertise in making a biryani or we have? It's useless. What you will do? You will do nothing. So the most important part is, you have to see, or while working in any atmosphere or any project, you must understand, you must keep, okay, what if we could not achieve this timeline? What if we could not uh, have any other problems, like the raining, or like in Pakistan, you can say this political scenario, you have the strikes over here, you have the blockade, road blockades are there. So you have to keep this element always in your mind. This element helps you a lot in your life, that okay, this can happen. So we must have the plan B readily available for any project. So post failure aspects is like, you need to identify the reason of failure, and you need to identify the success of other persons. What was the reason he got successful in that project, and what was the reason we got failed in that project? Never blame anybody else, that okay, you are the one responsible for that. Okay, if you blame me for any project responsible for that, you must have the solution for that, like changing that person. Okay, if that person is not available, I need to have readily available another person with a similar kind of you can say intellect as well. So these are the very important part of your life you need to learn. um, Coming on the recoveries part, the recovery part is very important. One can fail in a you can say the recent event which I should narrate in this conversation. It's a Ukrainian war with the with Russians. They were not prepared. They were relying on the friends which were not their friends. So one must understand, must identify the right choice of the people they want to have um, in their community, in their circle, or in the business deals. It shouldn't be those guys who can. The first part, which is very important for me, is the secrecy. The silence of any project makes that project successful. If you have the people, if you have if you have the people, or if you can send, if you have the friends who are the person coming in your circle on a project, they are sharing those information, that is the beginning of a failure. Every project needs to be very, very, very secretive. It should be dealt in the silence, in the complete silence. That is the most important part. So what happened in the recent part, that they were relying on the friends, those actually were not their friends. So we must identify who are our friends, or who are the competent people working with us. That is the most important questions for the recoveries. And on the part, you can say, as far as the recoveries are concerned, we must have plan A, B, C, D, E, F if we want to be successful in any of the project we are interacting. So I just want you to now to add your questions. If you have anything like that, please just let me know, and I will be like happy to answer those things. Actually, I lost. Are you there, Kiva?
Yes, sir. Please continue, sir.
Yeah, I think I have. So you're listening to me. You can see me as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please continue.
Yes, sir. So these are the things we need to identify and we need to focus on. I would definitely be going straight to the questions, straight to the queries, or the like the failures you interact in your life, and we need to discuss those failures or how it can be overcome or how it can be recovered, how from the failures, such failures. I would like people to question, or if they have anything in their mind, just let me know. I would be happy to answer those questions, or if anything they interact in this way.
Sir, I'll be discontinuing this session. We'll have to rejoin the session.